Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way. Today we're going to be taking a look at Watford 2, Tottenham 1 at Vicarage Road. Was on Saturday. Watford played in a pre-season friendly at Vicarage Road, our last pre-season friendly of pre-season, obviously. And Watford beat Tottenham 2-1, and I have to say I was so impressed by the performance. I'm just going to go over a couple of points that stood out to me, and then we've got a couple of Watford fans on after me here. We've got Brendan and Roberto giving their view on the game and how they thought Vladimir Ivic did in this pre-season friendly. And you have to remember, this was the first time really we've got to see Ivic's tactics in action. And let's start with his tactics, as I just said just then. So he plays 5 at the back with 2 wing backs, 3 centre backs, Ngakia and Estupinian as wing backs. And then didn't we have, was it Kabasele, Wilmot and Dawson as the centre backs with Bachmann in goal. Going into centre midfield, I thought that was a really strong midfield actually. We had Deli Bashuri in there, Cleverley was in there, and Chalobah was in there. Chalobah and Cleverley kind of sitting as the 2 deepest midfielders. And then up top, obviously, we had Domingos Quina, who almost played as a second striker at times, and Andre Gray, who actually came off injured just into the second half. But overall, very impressed. Really, in fact, I'm over the moon. I have to say, I'm absolutely over the moon with that. In terms of just the overall play, the way you played as a team, the crosses we were getting in from the wing back positions. Everyone knew where each person was meant to be. When someone made a run, they found them with a pass. And star man for me, of course, and I'm sure you'll all agree with me, was Domingos Quina. Absolutely superb. And I put a tweet out yesterday actually just saying we got Jeremy Ngakia and Domingos Quina, both from West Ham, for a combined £1 million. Ngakia on a free and Domingos Quina signing a couple of years ago just for £1 million. And what a bargain they both look. I think Ngakia looks to be our starting right wing back. Domingos Quina, absolutely phenomenal. And to put it into context on how good that performance was, the Tottenham team was extremely strong. In fact, that Tottenham team probably could compete in the Premier League. You had the likes of Lucas Moura, Son, Dele Alli, Gazaniga in goal. I think Ben Davies played. Ndombele, I think is a £75 million signing, and our players bossed the midfield, quite frankly. So I'm absolutely over the moon with that. I don't want to get too carried away, of course, because it is just a pre-season friendly at the end of the day, but I'm absolutely over the moon with that. What else is there to talk about? On the goals, Domingos Quina, what a strike, I have to say. I think came around 12 minutes, didn't it? Strike from outside the box. Really nice build-up play to that as well, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that from Domingos Quina this season. And then Andre Gray getting a penalty. Tom Deli Bashuri actually winning the penalty. One of the Tottenham players, one of the young ones, I think, fouled him in the box. And Andre Gray, with quite a short run-up, slotted that away. And is that a sign that when Deeney leaves, Andre Gray is going to be the designated penalty taker? We'll have to see on that. Just a few notable things to mention. On players that weren't there, Sarr was not there. Troy Deeney obviously was not there. Abdoulaye Doucouré is going to be moving to Everton, which is why he wasn't there. I've said Sarr wasn't there, and Suarez and Will Hughes and Capoue and Ben Foster. So a lot of players are not there. A few of them obviously going to be moving on. Troy Deeney looks to be moving on, doesn't he, to West Brom. Doucouré to Everton. Capoue seems to be still up in the air whether he's going to be going to Valencia or not. But that just shows the amount of depth we've got now. That team yesterday competed with a very strong Tottenham team, and we've still got these star quality players to come back. I mean, imagine Sarr, Will Hughes, Ben Foster all coming into that team. For me, surely we have to be pushing for promotion. After that, I'm going to be extremely disappointed when we lose to Middlesbrough next Friday. And obviously we do play Middlesbrough next Friday, 7:45. We'll be covering that all across our socials on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. I'll be giving my reaction to that match next Friday. We should be having an opposition fan on before the game to give their perspective on how they think Middlesbrough will line up against Watford. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. We've got Roberto and Brendan who are going to give their views after me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time.
Hi guys, here Brendan from Watford FC, the Netherlands Dutch Hornets. We're back again in pre-season. We play against the Spurs and we win. I was not able to watch the whole game, so I'll watch only the highlights. So let's move on to the goal from Quinn, or the Portuguese player. You know who I mean. I think it was a very good quick interception by Watford. It was very fast. It was coming from the back of the defenders, going through the goal. It was a shot with it right through, and Joe Hart was thinking, "What is this?" It was a good shot, a good goal, 1-0 in front against the Spurs in a pre-season game. Of course, the Spurs get not every player they like, and they not have Kane or someone else, but they got Lucas, they got Ali, they got Son, they got Lamala, they got Joe Hart, they got Sanchez. So they play with a very good team against us, so we don't need to forget that one. And then it was a good attacking football from Watford, and he gets the penalty, good penalty in the right corner, in the left corner for the keeper. He was very close to it, but if you shoot a penalty very good into the corner, it will be nearly always a goal. 19% will be a goal. So it was a good goal from Andre Gray. Happy to see him score. And then we move on to the second half. I can only say what I have to see in the game. It was the penalty for Heung-min Son. It was a very good penalty taken by the Korean player. I think what IMF see from the game, only the highlights, we can be happy. We win from the Spurs. They got a team only maybe without 3 players who will play normally in the team for the Spurs. So nothing more to say. I hope the team from Watford is ready for the next game against Middlesbrough in the competition starts. I hope we will get 3 points against them. Let's start very well in the championship. So let's move on to Middlesbrough. Come on, your horns.
When I first saw the team news, I thought, this might be a tough day out, because Spurs, they had a pretty strong team. They had Heung-min Son, Serge Aurier, Dele Alli. They still had Lamela as well. So I thought, this might be a tough game and might dent our confidence going into that Middlesbrough game. But really, we just showed lots of very, very good football, intricate passing. And in the first half, we were by far the better team, and we made it count. And that's a very encouraging thing for Vladimir Ivic going into this first game, because we're actually making our dominance count. And yeah, we look confident. I think stand-up performers, Estepinian. But for me, man of the match. So other stand-up performances are probably say Cleverley, Chalobah, and also going forward, I thought Andre Gray took the penalty very well. But the man of the match for me has to go for Ngakia, because he kept Son quiet for most of it at least. I know we conceded the penalty, but that was unfortunate. Glenn Murray, coming on for his Watford debut, unfortunately gives away a penalty, but it was a bit unfair. Like, it was a soft pen. You've got to be saying that. He kind of just bumped into the Tottenham attacker, Eric Lamela there, so not much he could have done about it. However, the Dele Alli challenge on João Pedro, like, I'm sorry, people. In my opinion, I mean, it was split opinion, but in my opinion, that should have been red card because it's his emotion. He's just completely taken out Pedro, and fair enough to Joao Pedro for getting him back because it was a very, very horrible challenge from Dele Alli. But anyway, what was important was that today we were the ones, Watford, that pushed the tempo of the game and looked like we were just more hungry for it. And that first goal, what a rocket from Domingos Quina. Lovely stuff on 20 minutes. And then the second goal, lovely work again from Watford on the counter-attack. We looked very fluid in our passing play, and it was a lovely little bit of play to set through the fullback Ngakia. Nice little shifted pass through the lines from Chalobah, who I thought played well today. And yeah, it was a mistake from the youngster. Kirkin, you got to feel for him, but at the end of the day, Ngakia did enough to win the penalty, and Gray put it away very well. I mean, Andre Gray, he needs that confidence going ahead of this championship season. Deeney, does he stay? I don't know. There's talks about him going to West Brom. But if we do sell Deeney, as we do have Glenn Murray in the team and Luis Suarez, then I'm hoping that Gray should have the confidence to have a good season in the championship. But very, very good penalty right in that corner. But as I said, we kind of dictated the first half. Second half, we were pretty good, had a few chances. But other than that, Tottenham just really took a while to get going. And then the last 10 minutes was a bit nervy. Son scored his penalty. But generally, good performance. And we saw it out professionally. And it's a good way to, just kind of end our pre-season with that win over a Premier League team as we are Championship. So, yeah, I couldn't be much happier with that. And I think man of the match, as I said, was Ngakia. But if we go into this Middlesbrough game with the same level of tempo, same organisation, then, yeah, we could have a chance of starting our season on the right foot. But thanks for watching, people, and goodbye.